cut out the bullshit. Cut the bullshit. Just get to the weeds of that. You are fucking yourself up by not examining your brain. You're not examining your brain. Message it. That's done. You examine your fucking brain, and that takes some hard work and suffering. If you're not willing to do that, I'm sorry.
And it seems like there's no way to do that as a bystander.
No, you can't watch it, man.
Yeah.
You got to get out there and be like, oh, this hurts. This hurts real fucking bad. I don't think this is smart. And then, guess what happens? The body will adjust. It will adjust. Everybody goes, well, then the next question I get, but is there a time when it doesn't adjust? What the fuck? I get some of the stupidest shit, man. Like, don't take it with a grain of fucking salt, people.
Those questions are people that are wanting to quit.
Yes. And that's what I say.
When should I quit?
Yeah, like, did you ever feel like, no, shut the fuck up. Stop. I don't want to, like that. There's always that next question. No, don't take it like go out there and run through a brick wall as many times as you can. No, I'm not saying be me. Don't run 205 miles at one time. I'm not saying do that. I'm saying start to learn the mind is powerful. It's powerful, man. It's unbelievable.
But people need a thing to get them going, right? They need a thing.
Right.
They need a goal. They need a like it's sometimes the first step is the hardest.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's hard to take that 1 million step too, but sometimes the first step is the most. There's something about the. What do I do? They start going over their phone. They start calling people. They don't get out of the house. Like
Right.
And there's something about procrastination. It's like, it's painful.
Oh, yeah.
You know you should be doing things, but you just keep doing it. You keep itching that scab.
I procrastinate like a motherfucker, man, every day. I don't want to do this shit. That's what's so funny, man. People looking like I'm some damn superhero that came down from the gods, from the heavens of earth. No, man. I don't want to do this shit. I'm looking at my shoes for 30 minutes sometimes thinking, man, fuck, man, people look up to you, Goggins. Fuck them. I don't want to do this shit. I'm like, I don't want to do this shit, man. But guess what?
You do it.
I'm going to do it.
As long as you do it.
And that's what I know about it, man. That's what I stopped doing. I'm thinking, oh, man, you're going to fucking sit here. You look at your shoes for 30, 40 minutes. You're going to go. You're going to think about it all day long. And you're going to do it anyway.
And sometimes you don't have the time to look at your shoes for 30 minutes.
No.
Those are the beautiful days.
Yes.
Because you just have to go.
That's right.
And so there's no room for procrastination.
And that's when I was in the military, I loved my schedule. Because I knew I had to be at work at 7 o'clock. So you better get your ass up at 4 o'clock, man. You got to get your shit in, brother. Because I had to get my shit in before I got my shit in.
Right.
You know? So that was my mentality back then, man. You know, like I had to get the miles and get everything in, man, and get to work, man. I'm competing with the alpha males.
Yeah, but how much did that piss other alpha males off? That you were imposing a very high bar.
I was a very misunderstood human being when I was in the military. The Air Force guys liked me a lot. The Rangers liked me a lot. So much not the SEALs.
Because they were with you.
They didn't like me so much, which is fine. You know, I respect them. I think a lot of them respect. I have a lot of friends in the SEAL teams. A lot of guys that like-minded mentalities as me. And once again, man, I grew up and I got over it. A lot of guys still have, you know, a lot of people can't get over the fact of whatever. When I became a SEAL recruiter, a lot of guys thought I wasn't deploying for a lot of reasons and whatnot. And I heard a lot. I was that guy who grinded. I grinded hard. I mean, I grinded hard. I was that guy who was up, like if we went on an op or we had a workup, let's say we had a workup, we were in an island, we're out there shooting guns and doing land warfare, and we did it till like 1 o'clock in the fucking morning. Most everybody would go to sleep. I didn't go to sleep. I went to the gym and I worked out. Or I'd go sleep, and let's say we'd be up at 5 o'clock. I was up at 4 o'clock and got my hour in. I made sure to always do that. And I did it to a point to where I think it pissed some people off because I wasn't a quiet person about it. You know, I wasn't the most humble person always. You know, so when you're around alpha males, you're sometimes picking a fight, you know, all the time. And I looked different. I acted different. I was different. I am different. I take a lot of pride in that. And so, you know, if you didn't get after it, I didn't respect you. because I believe that, where I'm at, I know that human potential is what we have. It's all we have. It's what the world sees us a certain way. And when I saw that people weren't doing that, I had a funky ass fucking attitude. And I own it in my book. I come back from Ranger School a big time leader. I was a big time fucking leader. I got honor man out there. I led by example. And what I realized, a lot of times when you're in these schools, people want to graduate these schools because they suck. They don't want to ever go back to these schools. Those schools became my fucking life. People don't want to see a fucking guy that wants to go back to day one, week one of fucking Navy SEAL training every fucking day of your life. And that's how I live. And it's a disgusting human being that I can be. It is. And a lot of people didn't like me. A lot of fucking people started some stupid shit and started saying this and that. The bottom line, man, is my fucking resume says it all, man. My resume is out there. Google the motherfucker. You say whatever you want to say about me, man. I missed some diplomas, man, for having fucking, 2 heart surgeries, and people try to start some rumor shit on me, man. You started rumor shit on me, man, because I fucking got the fuck after it. And real hard guys, like a guy named Hawk I talk to all the time, yeah, he's a great friend of mine. When before my heart surgery, my second heart surgery, I went on a 10-mile ruck run. Before my second heart surgery, the day of it, I went on a 10-mile ruck run, 50 pounds. I saw that guy. He's like, what the fuck are you doing out here? We got heart surgery. It's roger that, brother. I'm getting it in before I'm going to be out for about 6 months after the heart surgery. That was my mentality. Because I started realizing at a young age what I was leaving on the table. And once I found out what a human being's capable of, I didn't know how to control that. I was a fucking, you want to talk about fucking savage? That's what I was. I was a fucking straight up, people talk about savage very lightly. I was fucking from the backwoods motherfucking savage, dude. And I told you what I thought. I had 8 chips on my shoulder. And a lot of times that wasn't great.
So is it a situation where, like with the SEALs, where once you've gotten through BUD/S and once you've gotten through all the physically grueling parts of getting to be accepted, once you're in, then you were imposing standards that they didn't want to keep up with?
I would say some people.
Some people.
I had one platoon that I had a problem with. I graduated Ranger School and I got in this platoon and I didn't see out of it. I was in charge of a PT program, and you put me in charge of the PT program, it's fucking your ass. And the thing about it is, I didn't like it either. I didn't want to do this shit either, man. But
what were you making them do?
It was some Navy, it was some BUD shit. We went back to BUD/S, log PTs and carrying logs over the berms and shit. And I had us do pull-ups, rope climbs, pull-up for an hour. So imagine doing a rope climb, then go over do 10 to 15 pull-ups coming back. And we would do these, they were very hard workouts. There was no go to the gym, lift some weights type of shit. And I was imposing my own mentality on everybody. These are grown-ass fucking men. They they don't want to be what I'm trying to make them to be. And when they called me off, hey, we're not in SEAL, we're not in BUD/S anymore, Goggins, it pissed me off. And I got a little fucking attitude, got my chip, and I got my ball, and me and Sledge went ahead and started to work out together. And we developed this, me and Sledge work out like fucking animals, and we had this fucking mentality of, fuck yeah, we're getting after it every day. And everybody else kind of did their own thing, man. And that's when I started looking at people, not just SEALs, but people very differently, man, because I bit into to be the special operator, you got to have broken legs and these guys, all those stories. I was the same guy, man. I put people on a pedestal. I put people, I could never be them. I could never be that guy, man. Never put anybody on a pedestal. That's what happened to me. I put them on a pedestal, and once I got up there with them and I saw them, and once again, not everybody. Some hard motherfuckers out there, dude. Period. Dot. Hard motherfuckers. I thought every motherfucker was hard. It ain't.
Uncommon amongst uncommon men.
That's all it was about for me, man. And I took it to another level, and I pissed a lot of motherfuckers off. And they were trying to find chinks in my armor then. They were trying to find chinks in my armor. All he does is run. All he does is fucking run. That's why, but once again, that's why I don't talk about the military too much. Like I said, the Air Force loved me. The Army guys I work with love me. The Ranger School, all that stuff love me. You know, I wasn't, you know, it's just what it is, man. It's I was part of the Navy SEALs. I was a team guy, but I wasn't part of the brotherhood. And that's just me, man. That's just me. It ain't saying nothing bad about them. I got a lot of love for a lot of them. A lot of them. A lot of men got love for me, but I ain't gonna talk bad about them. It's just, I'm different. And that's something I figured out. I'm different from everybody in the fucking world. And I had to own that and say, you know what, man, you made a lot of fucking mistakes being who you are. And I should have been more of a leader at times. But a lot of times, a lot of people should have been a little bit harder too.
So was it that some of those guys just didn't want to work as hard, or was it just that they weren't appreciating how competitive you were? You were always against them. Is that what it was? That it didn't foster the sense of brotherhood because you were more like, "Come on, pussy."
I didn't really call them pussies, but you can look at my face and how I looked at you, and you know you can kind of say this, you know. So what happens? I started developing this separation. Another thing about me too, man, is I don't go out. I don't party. I don't hang out with the guys. I don't, you know, so I was always forming this kind of separation. I'm a big time introvert. You know, I do my job and I don't want to see your fucking ass again. I'm gonna go home, refreshed, and we'll see you again. You know, you're in a platoon with these guys for two years sometimes, a year and a half. And I would, you know, we work up, do our shit, and I was just a different fucking cat. I'm a different cat, man. Like you know, I think differently. I believe differently. And I believe strongly in what I believe in.
Well, some people must appreciate the fact that you were self-motivated and that you were pushing the envelope, that you were pushing the pace, you were setting a high bar.
Yeah, I have a lot of guys right now within the community. A lot of guys. Once again, this is like, it's like a big soap opera sometimes, man. When you're in a fraternity like that, that's what it's like, man. So I had to get a different vantage point, look at it, and see, like, you know, a lot of guys did respect who I was and what I did, and I brought it fucking hard a lot and every day, but I also rub people the wrong way. I'm like that itch you're talking about. I'm like that itch. You want to scratch the fuck out of my ass, you know what I'm saying? You want to like, fuck this dude, man.